Good morning. Today, I wanted to share with you an idea that can help bring more of you to the life that you're living now. And that idea is that your heart is always free. Your whole heart is always free. The only reason why your whole heart isn't showing up in this moment, in your relationships, or in your projects, or in anything that you're doing is out of fear or distraction. And very often distraction is a safer place than fear. But it's not that your heart is ever really constrained in its ability to be free. It can always be free. It's that it's constrained by the belief that if it were to show up in full, that you might miss something in distraction, or that it might be more capable of being damaged. So better to show up with only part or not even at all than it is to show up with a whole heart. But I want to challenge you to start bringing more of your whole heart out into this life, into this moment, even as you're listening, whether I'm sharing and I can share with my whole heart, or you're listening and you can listen with your whole heart. The whole heart is always brought out in every moment. And so I want you to look at the rest of this day even. Do you bring more of your heart out into the day? Do you bring your whole heart into several moments where you're conscious of it? Or does it kind of drift or hang back? And do you present more of a safer facade or front? See if you can bring more of your heart out. And yes, it's going to feel more too. And that's where the juice of life is. Feeling more, being more. And this idea came this morning as I'm doing my normal chant and singing. And I've shared some of these with you. And by the way, that's putting more of my heart out there. I'm afterwards, I'm like, should I have shared that? And then it's like, well, life is short, and these are the things that, if nobody wants to listen to them, they don't have to. But if they do, at least I'm sharing that. And that's kind of the sensitivity and vulnerability of sharing the whole heart. It's like, life is short. We're going to die anyway. And when we share our whole heart, even if it's attacked, even if it's criticized, even if it's judged, whatever it is that we're sharing with our whole heart, it actually doesn't mean physical death. It's just an emotional putting yourself out there. And the same thing with your projects and everything. I haven't always given my 100%, and in some ways I would be able to say, well, it's because I hadn't fully committed that it didn't succeed. But if you put your whole heart into something and it doesn't succeed, more of you is invested, and there's less to even make an excuse about. And so what? At the end of the day, if you're putting more of your whole heart into every moment, into your relationships, into your projects, you're going to increase the chances of succeeding. And so even though you may have less excuses, if it doesn't, you have so many more chances for it to succeed, so much more probability, and so much more life, that even if something doesn't work out, you still can move on with your whole heart. It's not ever in the past. It's always in this moment. And so it's a very simple idea, but it's something that we aren't just supposed to understand, because your whole heart is not up here. Your whole heart is here. So when we get it here, we can say, all right, no more limitations here. And we start bringing this in to the moment. And you can start when? Right now.